Hi everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Olabode. Again, this is Dreams of the Heart TV. Today, I just want to encourage you with the word that says, little foxes can stagnate your dreams. So today, we're going to be talking about a few foxes that identify that can stagnate our dreams. You know, a lot of times, we at the beginning of the year, we have goals, we have plans, and then we ask God to bless these plans, and then we say, you know what, these are what I'm planning to do this year. But sometimes those goals, those plans seem to be stagnated because of some reasons that I found out. Then those are not all the foxes, but we're just going to use this as we're just going to talk about some of them. So you might wonder, there is a verse that talks about foxes. You might wonder, why am I talking about little foxes? There's a verse in 2 Solomon 2:15. And I'm just going to read it. It says, catch the foxes for us, the little foxes that spoil the vineyard, for our vineyards are in blossom. Catch the little foxes for us. You know, these little foxes here, it says, these foxes that spoil the vineyard, for our vineyard are in blossom. You know, our vineyard here refers to the dreams that we have. It could refer to the dreams that you and I have. It could refer to the potential that you have. It could refer to your purpose. And sometimes these little foxes, why do they use the word little foxes? Because foxes are animals that they're little in size, but they can do a whole lot of damage. You know, I have a dog here with me, a puppy. So this is like dogs and foxes are from the dog family. I'll just show it to you. But foxes are not even as big as domestic dogs. A lot of foxes are smaller than even domestic dogs. In the dog family, you have jackals, you have wolves, you have domestic dogs. And foxes seem to be one of the smallest in this family. But trust me, foxes can be pests. They can do a lot of damage, more than even what their size dictates. So today I just want to talk about these little foxes that seem to ruin our vineyard. These foxes that seem to destroy, they could destroy our dreams, they could stagnate our plans. What are these little foxes? And then, we'll talk about them. The chief fox, I'll say, could be unforgiveness. That is a chief fox, because that is a fox that becomes like the biggest fox of all. He's like the head of the pack. Fox, they go in groups, they go in packs. So that's like the chief pack is like it's called unforgiveness. I'm just going to put them into this perspective so you can get a hold of what I'm talking about. So these three foxes identified today are unforgiveness, offense, bitterness, and anger. So I would almost say that, there's a verse I wanted to read to us about forgiveness. So at the beginning of the year, you and I come and we say, oh God, we pray, God, I want you to bless this. I want you to bless my plans. God, I'm trusting you for this year. I'm trusting you to do this year. But then sometimes there's a hindrance that we put upon ourselves. Mark 11:22-26 says something. It says, truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be taken up and thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. So you and I come and then we pray, oh, we want this to be ours. But then we normally neglect verse 25. A lot of us neglect it. It says, and whenever you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father also who is in heaven may forgive you your trespasses. So what we don't realize sometimes is that verse 25 speaks for verse 22-24 that says whatever we believe is going to come to pass. And then it says and when you stand praying. So while you're still praying, God is saying, oh, yeah, you're bringing all these prayers to me. However, are you holding anybody in unforgiveness? Maybe you could be holding someone in unforgiveness. So while you're bringing your dreams to me, while you're bringing your plans to me, while you're bringing your purposes to me, if you're holding anybody in unforgiveness, I would love you to forgive them. I'm commanding you to forgive them, so that whatever you have done, I can also forgive you. And then all those things that you're trusting me for, they're going to come to pass. Sometimes, so that way I see that forgiveness is meant to be a command. But like I said, it's a little fox in the sense that it doesn't just start it doesn't just start as unforgiveness. A lot of times it starts as like a baby. It starts the way a baby starts, very little. It starts with offense. So I like to use this analogy that I heard Joyce Meyer talk about a couple of years ago. I heard it and it has stuck with me through the years. And I went outside and I found a huge rock, like a huge rock, just to describe it. So I have my big rock. This is a rock of offense. Yeah, very big. So Joyce Meyer said in this analogy, she said to us that offense is like when you hit your foot against a rock or on a stone. This is like a stone. This is a rock. When you hit your foot against this stone, what happens? It's so painful. And then you go, ouch, 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 ouch. This is so painful. And she says, while you're standing there going, ouch, 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 what happens? You don't move. She said, you're stagnant for that period of time that you stand there. She says, but until you choose to say, you know what? Even though this foot still hot, I hurt it, it's still hot, but I'm going to try, I'm going to hobble, and I'm going to move. Even though my feet is hurt, I'm going to just move. She said, when you choose to move, even though that foot is still hurting, then you're progressing. She says, but as long as you're stuck by that rock, going ouch, 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 you're going to be stuck there. And then you're going to be stagnated for as long as you stay there. Remember, as long as you stay there, could be a year. It could be 6 months. It could be 3 weeks. As long as you're stuck in offense, you're going to be stuck there. I got that analogy from her, and it just stuck in my brain. So for me, it's always like, as long as you choose to, people would always, always, always offend you, but you have to make a choice and say, you know what? Even when people do things to me, because I want to pray and I want my prayers to be answered, I'm going to choose not to be offended. Because what happens is that when it starts as offense, it's like this is a rock offense, it starts as offense, but it doesn't stay small. It starts small, but then what happens? It begins to grow. It grows, just like a baby grows. A baby grows from being a baby into a child, into a teenager, into an adult. The same way offense grows from offense, then it becomes anger. And then what happens? It becomes, if it's not taken care of, it becomes bitterness. From bitterness, it becomes what? Unforgiveness. And then that's when you get to the point where you say, oh, you don't know what that person did to me, I can never ever forgive them. I've chosen, I'm not going to, over my dead body, I'm going to, whatever they did to me, I'm not going to let it go. And as long as you stay there, what you don't realize that forgiveness, like it said, forgiveness doesn't make that person go scot-free. Forgiveness doesn't make you right. It doesn't make that person right, but it frees you to do all that you were called to do. So as long as you stay there by that rock, by what that person has done to you, by being offended, by being hurt, and you say, oh, I'm not going to let go of this pain, I'm going to just hold on to this pain, then you're stagnated, you're stuck there. You're praying, but then you sit down and you see those prayers are not being answered because you're stuck there. And I remember that the day I got this, I said, oh God, help me. That even when people offend me, I'm going to make a choice and say, you know what? No matter what you do to me, because I want my prayers to be answered, I don't want to just be praying and then it's just a waste of time. I'm going to choose to let offense go. Because what happens that when you let offense go, then it doesn't have a chance to develop into anger. It doesn't have a chance to develop into bitterness. It doesn't get a chance to develop into unforgiveness. Because unforgiveness, when it becomes unforgiveness, sometimes it even makes you sick. Because when you are so angry at a person, when you are so bitter towards a person, it causes sickness in the body. Even scientifically, it's been discovered. It can cause you to be so sick emotionally. You are so sick. You are so toxic by this time. You see the person and you just feel like you just want to strangle them. You're just so sick. So my encouragement to you today is that, do you want to see the dreams you're trusting God for come to pass this year? Do you want to see those goals you're praying for come to pass this year? Do you want to see those plans come to pass this year? You might just want to let go. Is there someone that you've offended, that you've held in unforgiveness, and then you've been saying, oh, I'm not going to let go, I'm so upset at you? I just want to encourage you and say, you know what? Sometimes we find it so hard to forgive. There was a time there was someone that offended me so bad, and I found it so hard to forgive them. And I think I had let it grow from offense to anger to bitterness, and then it became unforgiving. And I was so angry that even when that person's name was mentioned, I got really upset. Without knowing it, I just, you know, the adrenaline just comes rushing. I'm just like, oh, you know, so upset. But then one day I was going to teach my children about unforgiveness. I was going to teach them about forgiveness. And I remember God saying to me, you have no right to teach anybody about forgiveness. You are holding a grudge. And I said, God, no, I'm not. I'm not holding a grudge. I'm not holding a body. And he brought that person's name to me. And I remember I was like, oh, God, but you know what this person did to me? It was so painful. And he said to me, why don't you let it go? Just say, I let it go. You just give it to me, and I'm going to help you to forgive that person. Just say, you know what, God, I can't do it on my own, but help me to forgive this person. And I remember that day I said, you know what, God, I know this person has really hurt me, but I'm just going to let it go. I give it to you, and I ask you to help me. And I remember that day I felt like a burden had been lifted off my shoulder, like a literal physical burden. I felt like a physical burden had been lifted off my shoulder. I felt so free. I felt so relieved. I know from then, every time I feel like I want to get offended at a person, I always just say, God, help me. I don't want this offense to stay in my heart, because I know that when it stays in my heart, it's going to grow from offense to anger, to bitterness, to unforgiveness. So today, I just want to encourage you. If there's somebody that has offended you, one way or the other, and you are struggling, you're like, Lord, but I'm trusting you for so much, but I want to just put that by the side. And I just find it so hard to forgive. Today, I just want to encourage you to say, God, I don't know how to forgive this person, but I want you to help me to forgive this person. I want you to help me to let it go. I don't know how, and trust me, he is going to help you to let it go. So that way you're free to do all that God has called you to be. You're free to be who he's called you to be. You're free to run with the purpose that he's called you to run with. You're free to say, you know what, I'm going to pray concerning these things, and they're going to manifest. You're free to say, God, I'm not holding anybody in unforgiveness. I'm just going to trust you to help me to bring this to pass. That's my short of encouragement to you today. So this week, that's the homework I'm giving you. That's your action point. Set your heart and think, if anybody has offended you, just let it go. It's really not worth it at the end of the day. Is it worth it your dreams not being fulfilled because you're holding somebody, your passion not being fulfilled? Is it worth it that your prayers are not being answered because of someone that doesn't even know that they've offended you somewhere? You know, even if you have to go talk to them, ask God to help you to talk to them. If you have to just sort it out one way or the other, hand it to God and let him help you forgive this person. And trust me, you're going to feel so free, just as free as I felt that day so many years ago. If you've enjoyed this video, I would encourage you to share with somebody that is going to bless. Enjoy it. Subscribe to my channel. It's Dreams of the Heart TV. You can go there to watch other videos. This would really bless somebody. Send it to them, and please subscribe. I want to hear testimonies, stories, how it's been a blessing to you. I just want to hear it. All I want to do is to be a blessing to somebody else. That's why I do what I'm doing. Have a great week ahead. God bless you.